shit. Our new kid's trying to call out tomorrow. Again.
What, to you?
Yeah, they're asking if I can cover him tomorrow, but tomorrow I actually have shit going on.
What a good new kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the example that's been set for him by other various people in the department, you know, I can't really blame him.
Oh, Ronnie and Brian?
Yeah. Between, like, the three of them, we get, like, 3 or 4 call-outs a month.
Dude, it's astounding to have those guys work there. And then you've got Ryan, who is just about literally Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. Like, calls his boss, when's the last time I called out? Like, alright, touche, you'll get your raise.
And you know how many call-outs I get a month?
How many?
Fucking goose egg. Not a one.
Yeah.
Not a one. I had a dude come in maybe 3 months ago. He had a doctor's note with walking pneumonia and fluid in the lungs, and he worked for me for 4 hours and then went home. And he came up and asked me, he was like, can I leave? I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, meanwhile, our manager alone has called out like 3 times this month. I think we've had maybe 5 call-outs this month.
Ryan, you that much of a hard ass? All your employees are scared of you?
No.
It's not a hard ass, dude. It's an example.
It's the total opposite. I go in when I'm sick. I go in...
Oh, okay. Yeah, lead by example is fucking perfect. That's what everyone wants in a boss.
Well, it's the difference between a boss and a leader. You know, I have a boss, and Westerly, they have a good leader.
I go in when I'm sick. I go in. I don't take time off unless it's, it's well in advance. And I mean, Bobby. I feel so bad for Bobby. He starts, I wish you were back here. I fucking hate them all. I want to come work for you. I'm done with this. And I'm like, dude, there's only one of me. I appreciate the fact that it's nothing but love. I know Mike saw the way that I manage that department over there, and it's just a different beast.
Oh,
I come in sick. I rolled my fucking ankle. I slipped down the stairs and twisted my ankle and worked for 3 days on a sprained ankle. I'm like, hey, I can't lift, but can you guys help me out? And they all, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're our boss. Thank God it's you and not Shane, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, hey, man, this is how I roll. That's just what it is.
At least in Mystic, there is a surplus of opportunities for me to prove myself. That's how I've been trying to look at it.
And that's the same thing I told Bobby. Bobby was all fucking bent out of shape. And I'm like, dude, just show everybody else you're better than them.
Pretty much.
Because there's nobody in the pipeline, and I'll tell you the same fucking thing. There is nobody that is cutting meat anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So if Brian Ronnie's on his way out the door, they know he's a fucking thief.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of time. There's nobody else. It's me and Shane. Brian's screwing himself. Again? What's that?
Did Ronnie get popped stealing again?
Stealing again? That dude steals on the reg.
I was gonna say, did he ever stop?
No. He does things like he goes over to the bakery and he's like, hey, can you slice my bread? And they slice it for him. He's like, all right, thanks. And then he'll bring it in the department and be like, oh yeah, I'll pay for that at the end of the day, and then just walk out with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ronnie cut himself twice this weekend.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, one day on the palm, nothing, no big deal. Next day, he claims he cut down to the bone. Vinny and Michael McQuaid were in there. They told him he had to go and get it checked out. That's like, of course, that's like, right in the middle of the afternoon. It seemed like everything was good with him, but I don't know. It just stirred shit up. No one plans to cut themselves, but people take it the wrong way because they don't think about things the right way over here. They just think about, oh, this means more work for me, not, oh, this guy almost just fucked his finger.
I by no way, shape, or form think that I am the bee's knees, but I'm a pretty good fucking boss.
Oh, trust me, I've heard it from pretty much like everyone in the department. They still talk about you quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You remember that cocksucker, Ryan?
Why? Like who? Just out of curiosity.
I've heard Brian say multiple times, whether it's just jokes about how, oh, if it was Ryan, he'd say, get your face fucked, or as Ryan says, get your face fucked. Or just like the various ways that you handled things there and knew how to handle Michael and Ed and not let them dump everything on you. Since the change has happened, the crew in Mystic has got a lot more respect for the way you ran things. A lot more.
Oh, that's good.
As Ryan says, get your face fucked. It's good to hear that that's your legacy.
I used to tell people that all the time.
Yeah, I think it's great. Alright, well, since I'm waiting for Dave, I'm going to grab a drink myself.
That kind of actually makes me feel good, Mike. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Because I know, people always like to talk like they know exactly what they're talking about, and I know you caught some flack towards the end of your time in Mystic, but as soon as things changed, everyone was like, oh, we were wrong. Ryan was right. He really did know what was going on.
Feed the ego.
Yeah. Nah, I used to fucking fight with everybody. I used to fight with Max and fight with Ed and fight with Michael and fight downstairs and, like, get your face fucked. I used to tell managers that. I told Brian Yema, he's like head of the kitchen. He came up one day and he was all fucking fire and brimstone. I was like, why don't you go get your face fucked? I just walked away from him. And it's like, I don't know. I've been doing it for a while. I'd like to think in 12 years, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. It's not often like, everyone likes to think, oh, well, if it wasn't for me, this place would go to shit. It's not often you actually have a proof that without you, things kind of went to shit.
Yeah. Bobby, it's just nice to hear that because Bobby always vents to me.
Mm-hmm.
He always is like, dude, I want to come work for you. You need to come back here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I get it. You know the way I ran things and this, that, and the other. But Bobby was like my come up. He was the dude that I hired him. I taught him everything he knows. He's a really good worker. He takes pride in what he does. His biggest problem is he watches two dudes that are getting paid a couple bucks more an hour than him fuck the department all the time. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, this, how is this fair?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I didn't work with Mike for a tremendous amount of time, but it's just, I don't know, it's nice to hear that, like, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The dude kind of knows what he's doing.
Well, while we wait for Dave, Ryan, did you ever meet Thomas, one of the special workers that we have?
Mystic's got a few of them, so I'm not sure.
Thomas is the big guy with the thick glasses. He's like tall and like pretty. Like he's a heavy guy, heavy set.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, he's a sweet guy, and he's always cleaning things up, sweeping things, and joking around with people. But the other day, the guy that's their supervisor, he lost it. He lost Thomas. He goes